Well, good afternoon, students. Welcome to Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, and more importantly, House of Code. My name is Ryan Kirzner, and I am the Congressional Operations Director here at the Congressional App Challenge. At the App Challenge, my role is to help register, train, and support members of Congress and their staff across the entire country as they execute the App Challenge in their districts. In working with so many members and their staffs, there's one thing that has been made crystal clear to me through dozens of these conversations, which is just how much you inspire them. From your creative ideas to your technical expertise and the endless pursuit of knowledge on display, that hard work doesn't go unrecognized by our nation's lawmakers. It's felt by so many members as a source of inspiration and a hope for the future. And speaking of that inspiration and hope for the future, I'd be remiss as I introduce our next speaker not to highlight a huge milestone in our human history. Just last week, the Artemis II crew returned safely to Earth after humanity's first lunar orbital mission since Apollo 17 in 1972. The success of Artemis II is not just a milestone moment in American history, it's a moment in human history as it brings us one step closer to returning to crewed lunar missions. And today, I have the distinct honor to present to you all the Associate Administrator of NASA's Office of STEM Engagement, Elaine Ho. A career public servant, Elaine has held several roles in the White House across multiple administrations, from serving as a senior policy advisor on First Lady Michelle Obama's Let Girls Learn initiative, to Chief of Staff of the United States Digital Service, to Chief of Staff of the White House, Deputy Chief of Staff of the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, to the Director of Space STEM Policy for the Vice President's National Space Council. A military veteran who continues to serve as a colonel in the Air Force Reserves, I cannot imagine a better, more qualified person to speak to you all today about some of your futures. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Associate Administrator Elaine Ho to the stage.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. As Ryan said, my name is Elaine Ho, and I work in the best place on this planet. I get to work at NASA. My job at NASA is to lead its efforts to prepare students like you to come join us at NASA and join us with our industry partners to be a part of our country's space mission. So I am so excited to be here with you today. And first, let me say congratulations to all of you. You're here today because of your creativity, because of your ability to solve problems, because of your hard work. And that landed you here as winners of the Congressional App Challenge. So I want to take a moment to say congratulations to you, to your parents, to your mentors, to your teachers. So let's pause to give yourselves a round of applause. So I want to say that the work we do at NASA, I could tell you about the science, the technology, the engineering and math that we do that enables us to have new discoveries, new innovations that push us further into the discoveries of space and improve life here on Earth. In fact, just last week, I was in Colorado and got to meet the engineers of our Dragonfly mission. This is where we're going to build this car-size aircraft. It's like a car-sized helicopter that's going to land on Saturn's moon Titan. How cool is that? I could tell you about so many awesome missions that we're doing. But when it comes down to it, the work that we do is all about solving really hard problems, solving problems that we've never seen before. And that means it's also about asking really tough questions. It means testing ideas, learning from what worked, learning what didn't work, and then trying it out again. And the reason why I want to focus that more on the technical aspects, because that's what I know all of you did when you developed and coded your apps. You already know about that iterative process that allows all of us to learn from failure and that what propels us to success. And that's exactly what we're doing with our Artemis program. So before Ryan said anything, who here's heard about Artemis? Hopefully lots of hands, which is great. For those of you who don't know, Artemis is our flagship mission that's not only going to send humans to the moon, we're going to go send humans to live on the moon. And we want to have a sustainable human presence on the lunar surface. And so by exploring that south pole of the moon and doing it with our international partners, doing it with our commercial partners, we are going to strengthen America's presence in space, and it's going to prepare us for the next giant leap, which is sending humans onto Mars. And so the recent success of Artemis II is one significant step to making that a reality. So our Artemis 2 mission, it just wrapped up a few weeks ago. It was one of the first to launch astronauts on our massive Space Launch System rocket, SLS is what we call it, and then test the systems on the Orion spacecraft that was, right on top of that rocket. In that small spacecraft, we sent 4 astronauts, Commander Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen. Actually, Jeremy is from our Canadian Space Agency, and they traveled around the moon and traveled farther than any other human, over 252,000 miles away from Earth. And so what I actually want to do right now is show you the highlights reel of this incredible historic journey.
Taking their first steps outside for their historic test flight.
4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched.
Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy.
We are going for our families.
We are going for our teammates.
We are going for all humanity.
Engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon.
Houston integrity. Great view.
This is a test flight, and so every single system aboard Orion is getting tested by humans for the first time. That is Earth in the center of your screen from the Orion spacecraft, looking back at all of us.
Houston is go for TLI. With this burn to the moon, we do not leave Earth. We choose it.
The 4 of us have looked at this moon our entire lives, and the way we are responding to what we are seeing out the window, it's just like we're a bunch of little kids up here. We cannot get enough of this.
That is something we have never seen before.
It's hard to wrap your mind around. I mean that sincerely. It really bends your mind.
As we prepare to go out of radio communication, to all of you down there on Earth and around Earth, we love you from the moon. Just seeing Tycho, there's mountains to the north. You can see Copernicus, Rainier Gamma. It's just everything from the training, but in 3 dimension and absolutely unbelievable.
Kathy Moonjoy. Superlative thumbs up.
We just went sci-fi.
I think there is enough for all. The purpose of humanity is joy and lifting one another up, creating together.
This is a whole bunch of nothing, this thing we call the universe. You have this oasis, this beautiful place that we get to exist together.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, after ignition, to me, the moment that I'm going to be most excited for is splashdown. There's no question about that. Good shoots coming down off the West Coast.
And there go the first series of parachutes.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drones out the window.
Main chute deployed.
We most importantly choose this moment to challenge this generation and in the next to make sure this record is not long-lived.
This is a relay race.
It takes an army to pull a mission together like this, right? Across all 10 of our centers, all of our commercial partners, the international partners that come together to make this possible.
I watched that video like 20 times and I get chills every time. So now the Artemis 2 crew is safely home, and we're already gearing up for Artemis 3. This is where we're going to launch a new Orion crew to test a lunar lander in low Earth orbit. And then we're on to Artemis 4. We're going to build to even something bigger. We're going to send humans to the moon, and this time to stay. And so in this new golden age of innovation and exploration, it's all just beginning with new discoveries and with bold adventures ahead. And we're going to need students like you. So as the winners of this app challenge, your projects rose to the top. They were selected, I think, over 4,600 applications coming in. And your members of Congress chose your projects, yes, because they were creative, and yes, because they were technically sound, but I think more importantly, because it showed a commitment and dedication to the community around you. I was really impressed to see that your projects tackled this wide range of challenges that the American people face every day. Things like helping senior citizens connect to helpers in their local area, using AI to do early detection of disease, identifying public safety concerns during national disasters, and really so much more. So this sense of service, the sense of doing something that's bigger than yourself, that's exactly what we're looking for at NASA. You know, after the Artemis 2 crew splashed down, you heard Christina Cook and all the astronauts talk about just that overview effect of seeing Earth in the context of the universe. And so Christina Cook talked about having Earth be this lifeboat in the middle of all of that space. And she said that this mission in particular taught us then that Earth, all of Earth, is its own crew. And what she was saying that is when you combine our talents and our skills and our passions and our commitment to community, when you combine that all together, it tells us that we can do incredible and even impossible things when we do them together. And we absolutely are doing that. We are returning to the moon with Artemis. We are uncovering new secrets about our universe. We're inventing the next era of flight with our aeronautics program, and we are building new space technologies that's going to shape the world as we live and work. But these big ideas and these ambitious goals, they're going to take dedicated people who are ready to push the boundaries and achieve what others think are impossible. We're counting on the next generation to be smart and curious problem solvers, just like all of you. So let me just end by saying again, congratulations to all of you. I hope you enjoy every moment in our nation's capital, and I hope that this event and this whole experience will propel you in your own giant leap. Thank you so much. Congratulations.